Today, I wanted to give you guys a quick little walkthrough of SourCraft Season 1. The plan is to leave the link to the world in the description, so any of you guys are welcome to download it, play it on single player, do whatever you want to the world. Let's get on with it. So this is the spawn area. This wasn't actually originally the spawn area. I wanted it to be somewhat close to my base, and also I wanted like some welcoming stuff, and I wanted a building specifically for everyone to just kind of get things started and get going. People were putting all of their free stuff in here for new players, and this was essentially just an area for people to kind of get things going. There were some rooms up here as well on the second floor. Oh, it looks like they moved out, actually. Well, then if you head over this way... Wait, what is that? 1,444, in case you didn't know. 1,444. Superwolf on Twitch built this farm for us. I didn't actually end up putting too much in here. There's some cows and some sheep. This sign was actually specifically designed by Voltician. Thank you so much for designing this. It looks fantastic with the pride beacons on either side. Right from here, I built up this auto cactus farm. Fire just subscribed to the YouTube. Thank you, Fire. There's the cactus farm here, and then this is my mob farm. I made this mob farm really early days on this world, before pretty much any of this other stuff was here. But let's go ahead and hop up there and take a look. So yeah, we have a bubble column up, and we have a bubble column down. On the server, it didn't really work the best because of the mob cap and all that. In the early days, when there weren't that many people on, it kind of worked out perfectly. It worked out great. Of course, now it's not going to do anything, but you know. Anyways, I promise, it was a working mob farm at one point. I promise. Right over here, this was actually where we did all of our MLGs. So what we would do is we would, anytime anybody purchased an MLG on the stream, I'd grab my water bucket, which is empty. We're just gonna, we don't cheat. Yep, that happened. Anyways, so this is where we would MLG, which, speaking of which, I'll probably die, but I always MLG'd here. It was a good way to practice. Here we had a message board where we had a bunch of different things for us all to work on, some of which got finished. The arena pretty much got finished. We'll go check that out in a second. I had kind of a communal field here where I let everybody just kind of take what they needed to take as long as they replanted it. I had my trees here. This is where I chopped down trees to trade for emeralds. I say way too much. No, stop, Sour. So yeah, then this is the inside. This is kind of the main floor. This was given to me at the very end of the season. I had a little smelting area here, some blast furnaces, a little doggo area, and then my main storage over here. This is like just a hodgepodge of everything that I needed to have. This is my favorite contraption of all time. You can't beat a machine that literally does nothing. Anyway, yeah, and then over here I had my area where I pretty much did my basic crafting and stuff, if I ever needed anything. I forgot the best part of this house. Someone installed that's messed up. There we go. Now it's working. That's still wrong. There it is. Just took me a few tries, okay? There we go. Then if you go upstairs, I had all of my collection of heads here on the wall. And then I had my little bed over here. And then I had a little brewing setup, brewing chest. I got my enchanting table. This is where I would enchant things. Because you now have access to the world, feel free to come check it out. I showed it on stream a few times, but this was my little secret stash. This was my little secret stash of things that I didn't necessarily want people getting a hold of. So yeah, and then over here I've got a little balcony. I've got kind of something similar to this on Season 2 now. So this is the automatic storage chest. So anything I put in here, you'll see here in a second. I'm going to put a few of these netherite ingots in there. We'll go down and check and you'll see. So this will pull everything down into this storage line. And then if it doesn't go in any of these chests, it ends up down here. I've got all of my villagers down here. I've got all of these guys for trading for emeralds. We got a bunch of villagers, and then over here is where we would breed them up, and then we'd rail them over into their little home. I can't forget willow pigs. You guys would be angry with me if I forgot willow pigs. Come to twitch.tv/sourlemonhead26. Come meet Willow. Then down in the basement, I've got Nether Farm. That's pretty much the entirety of my house. It does its purpose, you know? That's what's most important in Minecraft to me. There are a few other houses and stuff too. I believe this one is Cherries. Then there are a few other shops. This was originally kind of going to be the shop area. So then over here, we've got my chicken farm. I made a giant ass chicken. It's a big chicken. In here, this is where they all lay their eggs. And then they go into hoppers down there, as you could probably see there quite quickly. And then they get shot out down into here. Moving on from there, we had a casino. This over here is a casino. Someone set up a few different kinds of redstone things where you could play with slot machines. The way it works is you pay with 1 diamond, and then there's a reward system. Boom. Diamond. You put diamond in chest and push button. That might be really loud. It's a slot machine, and I lost. Then there was another one here. I don't remember for sure what this one does. I think it's the exact same, but I'm pretty sure a lot of this stuff is a work in progress. This also doubled as someone's base, so they did also have their base set up here too. Then, if we head this direction, Sally's on the server set up their base over here. The decoration is just phenomenal. Like, look at this. You know what I mean? If you know what I mean, you know what I mean. It's very decorative, and I really love the loft. I think the loft is probably my favorite part of this house. Little sugarcane farm out here, and a little dock. So moving on from there, we're gonna head over this direction. Why am I on Quake Pro? This is You Can't Run's former base. He moved out from here and moved somewhere else eventually, but this was his very first base. He had all kinds of villagers in here. This was the go-to spot for everybody, and I mean everybody, to buy from his villagers. It was kind of funny. I felt a little bad at times because, you know, sometimes you don't want people in your base. And then over here, he had one of each color of sheep. This was very handy. We used this a lot. If you ever needed any wool, people came here. His actual house is here. And like I said, he moved out of here, so he evicted everything. He had a little secret staircase, which I believe is broken now. And then he had his little like treasure room down here, and then he had an upstairs here too. So yeah, that's Run's base. I'll go to the Nether in a little bit. There's a lot more there that I want to show you guys too. We'll reminisce over there in a little while. Not quite yet. So then we'll go head this direction a little bit. This is what's known as the Goth Chick space. They've got their farms over here, some sheep, and they kind of transferred stuff all down underground, I believe. It's a fucking penguin. Like, please. There's also a snowman over here to the side. I love the snowman too. It's so perfect. He's got like little pincer arms. He's so great. And they got more penguins up here, right by the entrance. It's a pretty fancy, modern looking base. I really like it. There's a room here for banners. I have not seen this before, and I fucking love it. Yes. Penguin. Penguin is life. Upstairs, there's another room up here, I believe. This was Allie's room, which I think Allie moved to the basement. And there's a little outdoor porch as well. Another little bedroom over here. This is it's like very Hobbit hole-esque. I really like it. Then if we go downstairs, there's bubble elevators up and down. This is kind of their main little area. Don't mind the blood. Got some beehives going, little enchanting setup. And then there's Zoe's room. There is Luna's room. There is Puricide's room, which will always be boring. Don't ever say that, Puricide. You are not boring. Wake and bake, unless you want to be boring, then be boring. Be boring. Wake and bake. Yes, you heard me. We have their animals. This is what I was saying. They kind of pretty much moved down here. Crops down this way. This lava is new, I believe, since last time I was here. This is their storage area. And then down here, I believe this is Durdak's room. We don't talk about this. We got some shrooms. We got some sugarcane for specific thing. They're cute though. They are cute though. I will agree to that. So that's the Goth Chick's house. So from here, we're actually gonna go over here in this direction. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys the Nether. It'll be a little bit little bit faster that way. And that way I'm just going to go ahead and show off the nether. So here we go. Well, hello there. What are you doing here? Look away, chat. So this is my portal. And from here, this is kind of like the main central area where everyone set up their portals and stuff. There's also a few other things you can probably see around here, and I'll go through and I'll show them. But this is like the main Nether Hub is what we were calling it. I created this dome with a few other people on the server. And then someone else created this in the very center, someone named Ultima. And then right here in the very center, this is how we would get down into the actual nether. In this direction, this is actually where the shops were. People set up all different kinds of shops here to sell different kinds of stuff. We had a villager shop and a mending shop. This was by far the most popular shop on the server. You could buy loot and shulkers. And there's nothing here anymore. I guess he must have emptied it for when he downloads the world. So you could buy elytras, you could buy diamond armor, and he had incredibly good prices. So it was definitely, I want to say, probably the most popular shop on the server. And then here we had iron, which was still in progress, didn't quite get finished. That's pretty much this area here. And then all of these portals you see scattered about here are people's bases. It's kind of crazy how many people's bases there are and whatnot. But this was one of the first little buildings to go up. This was You Can't Runs. If you go through a portal right there, it would actually take you out right where we checked out earlier. This was the Village of the Mods. We had two different moderators who based in the same kind of area, and we called it the Village of the Mods. This was Fire's house, and I believe that was Tron's house. And then they built a giant sword, which the sword is really fantastic. I love the lava down the middle too. And then little beehive area, and then they made a panda. And I want to say the panda has a name too. Panda's name is Po from Kung Fu Panda. He's got a little bamboo in his hand too, which is pretty cute. This was a big community project, and I'm really proud of how it turned out. I've never done like a big farm like this before, so I'm pretty happy about it. This is the nether side of it, and this is Logical Geek Boy's Gunpowder Farm. There's a lot of gunpowder. And the rate of which they come flowing in is a little crazy. So this is the overworld side of the creeper farm. And in order to make this happen, we needed to dig a perimeter. 256 by 256 perimeter, so nothing could spawn all around the individual player. We spawn-proofed the whole floor. Now, unfortunately, we didn't quite finish the walls. The walls are the only thing that aren't done. It's kind of crazy to think about everything we did in this server. Let me up my render distance here, just so I can show you guys the full scale of it. Load. Good job. And Bob's your uncle. So this is the 256 by 256 hole. It's a little crazy to think that we did this whole thing in survival, but with the help of everyone on the server, it was done fairly quickly. And I'm really proud of it. We did little TNT on the bottom and surrounding a creeper face. And then down here in the very bottom, this is the creeper face, which you can't really see, ironically, because, you know, creeper farm. But like I said numerous times, I'm so incredibly proud of it. And the amount of gunpowder that comes out of this thing is kind of crazy. This was Derp's area. Derp is one of my very long supporting members of the community who has been around since I started on Twitch. And I'm excited to show you guys their base. I really like Derp's building style. The roofs are great. That's one thing that I kind of suck at that I really wish I was a lot better at. Like this little extended roof here. I need to start trying to get better at these kind of things because it really does look phenomenal. There's a little area over here, a little dock, which was all built by hand. And I believe Derp raised this whole area up. You can see there, Derp was doing the same thing. But the little dock here is fantastic. And then there's a little ship over here too. I love the little orange bits at the top. It's perfect. And then also, so over here, Derp started working on a castle. The size of these builds, I wish I could really do, but I've never really like buckled down and done it. Holy mother of farms. Man, the level of dedication that goes into this. So yeah, we'll give a quick little flyover. And then I believe there's an area down here as well. We got lots of cakes. We got lots of beds. And then I believe this is all storage here. Yep, all the wool, all the terracotta, all agriculture stuff, food. This is, I believe this is all of Derp stuff, just in case. I was a little bit worried when I set up the world download you wouldn't be able to keep all of your stuff, but thankfully all of your stuff should still be in your inventory, even if you didn't get into it on time. Your stuff should still be in your inventory, so we should be good all there. But yeah, this is Derp's area. So this was Ult's first base. This was kind of Ult's, I believe this was Ult's kind of starting area, where they set up their villagers and stuff when they first started grinding. Then if you go over here, this is Ult's like actual full-on city. Now Ult did have another area, which I'm going to show here in just a second as well. This will give you a little bit of a taste of Ult's build design. Let's go ahead and pop on shaders. Might be a good idea. Might be a good idea for this. For a wall, spruce trapdoors look great. Didn't even think about that. The creative ingenuity in Minecraft always blows me away. Oh my goodness, the fountain. Shaders were a right choice. Wow, does that look fantastic? Let's go ahead and give a quick flyover. Got a whole frickin' village. And I believe Ult started going out this way, like they were going to start building this direction too. But that's a lot of work. That is a lot of work. Let's go ahead and head back to Ult's second base now. We're going to do a fly around first, and then I'll do a quick walkthrough. So the level of design just continuously blows me away. Like, the amount of work that goes into this, the dedication, you know? It's absolutely mind-boggling. So this is the farm area. I remember when Ult first walked me through this, and I was just completely starstruck. Little windmill over here. And I believe this was the bee area, if I remember correctly. Yep. Got some bees going. I don't do this enough. Bees are actually fairly useful. Use the bees, chat. Use the bees. We got a little water wheel over here. I love the water wheel. The detail. Those are slabs, right? Yeah, slabs and then stairs. These were all collected by hand. Literally going around and finding crap loads of peonies and planting them. Then if we head over here, this is back into the city. Wow, I don't know if I remember seeing that banner. That looks really good. I like that banner. I like this little deck. And using those lecterns as fence posts, that's so smart. That is so smart, and it looks so good. I like that a lot. The poor pig one's down. Do we rescue the pig? But the poor pig. Look, it looks sad.
You just have to say that you're fine.
He wants
you're
help.
Not really fine.
He wants down.
Get into it
He wants down. I think we rescue the pig. Oh, he got down. Be free. Be free. You're welcome. Goodbye. I like the little smeltery here. I like the brick, the use of the brick in the logs. That's so clever. The, like, chopping blocks kind of thing. I like that a lot. Oh, I didn't even notice the little pen. Be free, sheep. Be free. Do what you are meant to do. I believe in you. Oh, look at them all go. It's so important. I'm sorry, Old. All right, so yeah, that's Old Space. That's Old Space. Let's go ahead and move on. I'm going to go find somewhere else to look at. Okay, so over here, Shax created something that was a surprise to me. It blew my mind. The fact that somebody would go to this length, it melted my heart quite a bit. So this was some map art designed by Shax, specifically of my logo, and it's just it's amazing. It's actually amazing. It's done with all different kinds of blocks, as you can see. It looks perfect. It's got like depth. It looks very good. I couldn't have done it better. Honestly, I couldn't have. So thank you, Shax. Special shout out to you. Some of these bases were like 100,000 blocks out, which is part of the reason why the world download is so large. So just be forewarned about that. I believe there's more that direction. I don't know for sure if this is actually Volt's base, but let's go ahead and take a peek real quick. This was Volt's area, and I believe Volt was one of the people who hardcore grinded. He had the shop for diamond armor and elytras, and I believe he had the most amount of elytras on the server. Just the amount, the sheer amount. So yeah, that's Volt's area. So this was a tunnel to the Wither Skeleton Farm, which was kind of the last project we had on the server. Look at the skill. The skill. We don't fall off. We don't fall off. I might fall off. Nope, we don't fall off. We don't fall off. We fall off. I almost made it! For your boat driving skills, call not Sour Lemonhead 26. Now, the Wither Skeleton Farm didn't quite get finished because it is the most recent thing we were working on. And it's kind of what we were working on when we ended up deciding, I think we're going to move on from this world. But this was also going to be a 256 by 256 circle. Sub with Twitch Prime. It's free, and you're supporting a POG streamer. Just saying. So this was the Wither Skeleton Farm, and we made some good progress on it. This whole area is cleared out down here, just a little bit down here. But if you come look over here, this is where the most amount of work was done. And then we started working on clearing out the trees and such in this area. We got a good amount of it done. I think that was like literally the very last stream that I had on this server was us clearing out these trees, and then we decided we were gonna move on. I think that's about gonna wrap up our tour of SourCraft Season 1. Thank you so much for hanging around with me for a little while and checking out the world. Be sure to follow me on Twitch. My link will be in the description. If you follow me on Twitch, you can partake on Season 2. It takes 2k channel points, so you have to hang around the channel for a little bit, but then you can get whitelisted, and we always have all kinds of fun over there. So if you're ever curious, link is in the description. And again, if any of you want to play on the world is going to be down there. It is an incredibly large sized file because people have gone out very far. If you have any questions, hit me up down there in the comment section. Many loves, everybody. I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your day. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button, by the way.